So, children, in this video, we are going to discuss about Bohr's model of atom. You know, children, that Rutherford was not able to explain the stability of atom, and it was Niels Bohr who could explain the stability of an atom through his model, which is known as Bohr's model of atom. So, the essential points of Bohr's model of atom: Bohr considered that there is a nucleus in the center of the atom, and electrons are moving around the nucleus in certain orbits, in certain stationary orbits. He defined the orbits, like first orbit we call it K, second orbit L, M, N, and so on. Here N value is 1, here N value is 2, N value is 3, N value is 4, and so on. So, according to Bohr, electrons are moving in these orbits, and these orbits, he called it as stationary orbits. It is because if electrons are moving in these orbits, then there is no loss of energy of the electrons. And when electrons are moving in this orbit, then the angular momentum of the electron, angular momentum is mvr, where m is the mass of the electron, v is the velocity of the electron, r is the radius of the orbit of the electron. This is called angular momentum. Angular momentum is nh by 2 pi. This is the condition, Bohr said that only those orbits electron can revolve when this condition is fulfilled, where n value is 1, 2, 3, and so on. Just you can see, when, as I say, n is 1, for this orbit n is 2, and for this orbit n is 3, and so on. So these orbits are stationary orbits, and revolving electron moving in this orbit, there is no loss of energy or no gain of energy that happens. Okay, now Bohr also says that if we supply energy to the atom, then electron may jump from one orbit to other orbit. That jumping of electron from one orbit to another orbit, is called transition. Okay, suppose before that, let me also tell you that each orbit are associated with definite amount of energy. Suppose electron from this orbit, whose energy is say E1, jumps to this orbit, say whose energy is E2. So an electron from first orbit goes to the second orbit. First orbit is having energy E1, second orbit is having energy E2. So what is the energy absorbed? Energy absorbed energy absorbed will be E2 minus E1. So electron was initially here, then by absorbing certain energy it has gone to second orbit. So now suppose here it is not there. Okay, so energy absorbed is E2 minus E1, that is called delta E. And from Planck's quantum theory of radiation we can write delta E is equal to h nu. Delta E is equal to h nu or h c by lambda. This is what we can write. Okay, now the merits of Bohr's model of atom. You know, Bohr was a physicist who was awarded Nobel Prize for his this model of atom. Bohr could calculate energy of these different orbits. The energy expression I am writing, which he derived this, derivation is not required. Energy expression is minus 2.17 into 10 to the power minus 18 by n square joules per atom. So this is the expression for energy of different orbit. If you want to find energy of the first orbit, you put n equal to 1. If you want to find energy of the second orbit, you put n equal to 2. And in this way you can get the energy of each and every orbit. And there is another you can also remember is 1312 by n square minus kilojoules per mole. This is in joules per atom, this is in kilojoules per mole. And you should notice one thing very important is, you see, energy is negative. The electronic energy is negative. We will be discussing tomorrow in the class why the electronic energy is negative. So this is one merit of Bohr's model of atom. Another merit is that Bohr could also calculate the radius of these orbits. So I am writing the radius expression. Rn is equal to 0.529 angstrom into n square. 0.529 angstrom into n square. This is what Bohr had calculated. If you put n value 1, you get the value of the first orbit radius. If you put n equal to 2, you get radius of the second orbit, and so on. One drawback about Bohr's model of atom, this model of atom is only applicable for one electron system. One electron system. It is only for one electron. Suppose sodium, we know atomic number is 11. Sodium atom has 11 electrons. Now Bohr's model of atom is not applicable for sodium atom, or for that matter other atoms. It is only applicable for one electron system. So this Bohr's model of atom is basically for hydrogen atom. Because hydrogen atom has one electron. It is also applicable to, say, He plus ion. Because He plus, has also one electron. It is also applicable to Li plus 2. Lithium double positive ion, because here also there is one electron. So this Bohr's model of atom is applicable to hydrogen atom or helium ion or lithium plus 2 ion having one electron. But if we apply for helium ion, for lithium ion, for helium atomic number is 2, for lithium atomic number is 3. So in that case, we have to do some modification here. The modification is that in case of energy, this value should be multiplied by Z square. For say Ag plus, for Li2 plus, this has to be multiplied by Z square, where Z is the atomic number, and in case of radius, this has to be divided by Z. So this is the basic thing about Bohr's model of atom. And in the next video maybe, we'll be doing some numericals on this energy, radius, and so on. So this much in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.